Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to In Harmony with Vitality, where we empower your journey, embracing your vitality to unleash the potential within.
Hello, I'm Eva.
And I'm Marta.
And together we are your hosts, certified integrative nutritional health coaches and moms on a mission. We are here to guide you through the maze of health and wellness, steering clear of fat diets and one-size-fits-all solutions.
We believe in a personalized approach, turning into your bio-individual needs, embracing and honoring your uniqueness, and making decisions based in your inner wisdom.
This podcast is not just about facts and figures. We are here to bring you light, interesting and entertaining conversations, all backed up by science. Expect a blend of knowledge and laughter as we explore the world of well-being.
And speaking of exploration, we're not just your host. We're fellow explorers on this journey. Throughout the episodes, we'll be sharing our own experiences in health, wellness, parenting, and life.
Our hope is to inspire and motivate you to make positive changes in your life. Whether you're a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, we got something for everyone.
So get ready for a dose of vitality, wisdom, and a touch of humor on In Harmony with Vitality. Join us as we navigate the exciting adventure towards a healthier, happier, and more vibrant you.
Because life is a symphony, and together let's find our harmony. Empower your journey, embrace your vitality, and unleash the potential within. Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Harmony with Vitality, the space where we explore together the path to a full and healthy life. I'm Eva, and with me is the lovely Marta. Hello, Marta. How are you doing?
Hello, Eva. Very good. Thank you. Very excited to talk about the mental health.
Yes, I'm also very excited about this episode. This is your niche, so I'm really looking forward to you sharing all your expertise and all the information that you have prepared for us. Today, in our episode in Harmony with Vitality, the chapter we are going to delve into a fundamental topic: the 6 pillars of good mental health. And in this fast-paced modern world, where speed often outpaces pause, it is more vital than ever to take care of our mind, the source of our vitality, energy, and emotional balance. We will dive into the secrets of good mental health, exploring the essential pillars that are foundation for achieving inner harmony. From exercise to diet, sleep, meditation, reading, and a fulfilling social life, these are the elements that make up the map to mental well-being. However, we remind you that we believe in bio-individuality, recognizing that each of you is unique. So in each pillar, we invite you to explore, discover, and adapt these practices to your personal needs. We live in a time where degenerative diseases are multiplying, and it is crucial to take care of our mental health as a priority. So join us on this journey towards harmony, where we will explore how to maintain balance in this fast-paced modern world. So tune in, relax, and get ready to immerse yourself in the 7 pillars of good mental health. Let's start this journey towards harmony with vitality. Marta, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much. So let's dive in. But before we dive into the pillars of mental health, dear listeners, we pose this question to you. Have you ever stopped to consider what it would be like to live with a more agile mind, full of vitality and constant energy? Imagine how this transformation could influence your daily decision making and the quality of your life. Reflect on what changes you could implement to cultivate that mental agility and vitality. Perhaps through an exercise routine, healthier eating habits, or dedicated time for meditation and social connection. We're about to explore the pillars that can open the door to that transformation. Join us on this journey to a more vibrant and fulfilling life. Okay, we're going to talk about 6 pillars this chapter. These are exercise, diet, sleep, meditation, reading, and social life. I would like to start with diet first. Okay? So diet, it is very, very important for mental health. So the question would be, what shouldn't eat for mental health? Okay. I think, and there are a lot of studies about that sugar is really bad for mental health. Very, very bad. So we will need to avoid including sugar into our meals. Okay? All these processed food that we
It's easier
eat.
said than done. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I just said that it is easier said than done because sugar is basically everywhere.
Yes,
You know,
it
even
is
in foods that you wouldn't
exactly.
think there is. Yeah, exactly. That's the main problem is, and the main problem with sugar is that it is actually causing inflammation in our bodies, in our guts, and through that inflammation, it is impacting negatively our mental health.
Yes, and it is very addictive. And there is a lot of studies that a person that consume drugs have the same effect that people that consume sugar. They have made a scan on the brain, and it reflects the same area where impacts the drugs and the sugar. So it is very addicted. So we will need to try to avoid including sugar in our diet.
What are you?
Yeah. Other kind of food that you shouldn't eat would be trans fat that are not good at all. That are very bad, and
Yes.
just take it away. And processed food, also try to avoid processed food. It's very bad. It makes a lot of inflammation to you, like you said, Eva. And we need to try to eat more real food, okay? More vegetable and whole grains. If you're eating meat, try to eat consciously and a good quality of meat also. The elements or the foods that you need to include for a good mental health, it would be fat. That's very good. And can you give us an example of a high quality of fats?
Sure. Yeah, avocado, for example, it's my number one. Nuts, like actually, there is a saying that that nuts have the shape similar to the brain, and it's because they are the brain's food.
Yes.
So nuts are really, really good. Just have a handful of them each day, or almonds. Also, like seeds, like flax seeds or chia seeds, they are loaded with omega-3. Sardines, anchovies. These are all foods that are full of omega-3 fats, which are the anti-inflammatory fats. Also, the egg yolks, they are excellent source, or olive oils. Olive oils and the olives itself, they are great sources. They are really good not only for your brain, but for your general well-being, for your gut health, and for your health in general. I really, really recommend to start incorporating them. Unfortunately, there was this fat-free madness that happened about 20 years ago that made so much damage to our health, and we really need to forget about it. You know that you can't eat fats, like all these fat-free or semi-desnatada, like partially fat-free products. They are really, really bad, because what happened there, I think we mentioned it in an episode before, that what happened there, that they replaced the fat, the good fat, with mostly with sugar or other additives that were giving the flavor, because the fat is not only necessary for your digestion and for your brain health, but it is also giving the flavor to your food. Just think about whipped cream. That is full of flavor, and the only thing that you're eating there is basically fat.
Yes, that's right. Very good tips. I really like it. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, and also I think it would be nice to mention antioxidants that are really good for our brain health as well.
Yes, they
Like
are
all the
very good.
berries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all those vegetables and all those fruits that have a lot of color. Eat them. They are very
Mm-hmm.
good for your brain. It gives you a lot of um, energy, and they are anti-inflammatory. It would be the word anti-inflammatory.
Yes, anti-inflammatory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, yeah, in general, I think what is really good for your gut is going to be really good for your brain as well, because of the gut-brain connection that we talked about before as well. So as long as you're eating a whole, mostly plant-based diet that is full of flavors, full of colors, full of textures, you can't do wrong with that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, good tips. Yeah, it's very true what you just said, Eva. Um, just you need to be conscious what you're eating. Eat a real food to give you a lot of energy because I know that each person is unique, like we always say, and you don't need to eat what we always say just to find out which is your better food for you and which one makes you
Mm-hmm.
feel better. But try to implement those kind of food in your diet. And
Yeah, I think it would be just nice to give a little background why sugar is not that good for our health in general, for the brain and for our general well-being, is because when we eat sugary and processed food, our glucose is spiked up. So that's when you have that, that surge of energy spike that you are like, really you can go and you can do anything and everything, but all of a sudden it drops very suddenly. So then you are there with no energy, and then you start with this brain fog. You can't concentrate, you are feeling constantly sleepy. So that's what happens when you eat constantly processed, sugary, and white food.
yes, and then when the glucose go down, then your body and your brain ask you for more sugar.
Yes, and that's what you do usually. You just keep eating on and munching on things. But when you eat food that is full of nutrients and has enough fiber, has enough protein, has enough good fat in it, you don't have to keep eating all day long. It's not good for your digestive system, and it's not good for your brain health either.
Yeah, yes, correct. And I would like to jump into exercise also because it's very good for your
Mm.
brain. Um, Doing some exercise, it will give you oxygen to your blood, and it's very, very good also for your brain. You don't need to go to the gym to have some exercise, or you don't need to do CrossFit or all these kind of high intensity exercise if you don't want to, if you don't like it. You just need to find out what is the best exercise that you like to just practice. It could be just a nice walk or going to the mountain and include it into daily routine. And sometimes also, if you don't have enough time because you're a mother and you have babies or little kids and you don't have at all time to even have 10 minutes to do some exercise, implement the routines like using the stairs if you need to go to another floor instead of using the elevator, or to park a little bit further and walk a little bit more. Tips like that in case you cannot find those 10 minutes, because really just doing 10 minutes, for example, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening, or just 10 minutes during the day. It's just, it is good to start with, you know? You don't need to stress on thinking I need to do 60 minutes, 90 minutes of exercise, because that it will stress a lot and you won't do it. So just start with 5 minutes, or even 10, and do something, a
Yeah.
little bit of
Yeah.
stretching, or some yoga, or some walking. What do you think, Eva?
Yeah, exactly. The whole point would be to reduce the stress, not to create more. So, really, the background on exercise having a positive impact on your mental health and on your brain is that it helps you to reduce the stress. It helps you to create those happy hormones, they call, that are going to put your nervous system in a rest and digest mode. So you will calm down, you will feel more relaxed, you will just slow down during the day. It really needs your nervous system really needs these kind of breaks, because what happens is that nowadays we are constantly on a go, and we don't stop, and we are constantly in our nervous system has the feeling that we are constantly running away from somewhere, and it puts a lot of pressure on our mental health, on our brain, and on our general well-being. So by doing some exercise that you actually enjoy, and I think the key here is that it's something that you enjoy, it's going to help to reduce the stress by releasing those happy hormones.
Yes, correct. Yes, very good tips. You are in a yoga instructor. What do you recommend for exercise? Those people that they don't have a lot of time. What do you recommend?
Well, I used to teach office yoga to my colleagues when I used to work in a big office, and you can find some of those videos on my YouTube channel, and they are actually exercises, yoga poses that are adapted to office settings. So you can do it even at home. All you need is a chair or maybe a table, and we are doing some deep breathing exercises and stretching, and they are sessions 10-15 minutes. They are really not that long, and you can really feel the positive effect on it. And when I became a mom, what I used to do while my kids were playing on the floor, I would just sit next to them and do some simple stretching exercises, just like folding forward, paying attention on my breathing, or doing some arm stretches, just opening the chest, interlacing fingers behind your back, and then really just paying attention on opening your chest, stretching your shoulder to give more space to your lungs to be able to expand, and so you can breathe deeper as well, which has also a calming effect on your mind. So it's really, you don't have to think about, because that was my main problem when I became mom, that I stopped practicing because I thought that my exercise routine is only complete if I can dedicate at least 60 minutes to it. But there are sometimes in life, there are periods in your life when it's just not happening. So then what you need to do is adapt your exercise routine to your life circumstances.
Yes, that's right. That's correct, Eva. Sometimes we get very, very stressed because you can not do it 60 minutes class, and finally you don't do anything. And you
Yeah.
get, at the end of the day, is you feel guilty because you have not done anything. So
Yes,
what we
exactly.
always recommend is just do, if you have time in the morning, do 5 minutes of stretching, and I'm sure you will feel it during the day.
Yeah.
That stretching,
Or
that's all.
if you are, I don't know, if you're hanging out, that's what happens to me. If I'm cooking or I'm hanging the washing, sometimes I just put on some music that I really enjoy, and I'm there shaking a little bit, and just by just shaking a little bit and enjoying the music, again you are releasing those happy hormones. So don't think about big routines and difficult that you have to dedicate 2 hours each day or an hour and a half each day to go to the gym or anything like that. As you mentioned before, just be creative.
Yeah, don't think on perfection. Just enjoy and
No.
do just a little bit.
Yeah. And if you do these kind of exercise routines, start to incorporate it into your daily life, it's going to help with your sleep as well, which is also very important for your mental health.
Yeah, that's right. That was the third pillar of the mental health. And yeah, the sleep is very important. All the sleep that you have not, that you don't do, you cannot recover it. You lose it. So it's very good to have your sleep and a nice sleep during the day, because that is the moment where the brain is the word, it would be desintoxicar in Spanish. In English, it would be
Detoxing,
detoxing. Yeah, it will
like getting rid of
detox.
the toxins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
At night. So it is very good that we have a nice sleep. And if you are those kind of persons that it is hard for you because you have insomnia, or you wake up at 4 in the morning and you cannot get back to sleep, probably you will need to do some good habit routines before you go to sleep. For example, not watching cell phones, not watching TV, or if you watch TV, do it 1 hour and a half before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You can have some tea, but no, it won't be tea. It will be herbs, like
Yeah, herb tea. Mm-hmm.
some herbs
Yeah.
that 1 hour before going to sleep also, so you will feel the effect. It is very important also to walk outside and to receive some sunshine. This will help you a lot of sleeping. Your
Yeah, in
sleep,
the
it will
morning.
help
Yeah,
you.
start your
Yeah, in
day
the
with the
morning.
sunshine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it helps to put your circadian rhythm
Mm-hmm.
at the correct rhythm. Because what happens nowadays is that we are constantly under light, so we are losing our natural rhythm, and and we don't, our body can't start to produce the melatonin
Mm-hmm.
that we need to be able to go to sleep. So that's why in the morning, when you have the sunlight exposure, it already sets your circadian rhythm at the normal rhythm, and then by the time you get to sleep, your body will be ready to go to sleep, because it starts to produce the melatonin. But it also it's important to, just to start to lower lights, for example, in your home. If you have a lot of lights open, just start to dim them. So, nowadays you can buy even these controllers where you can just dim down.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really recommend, because you can really feel the difference. It's just like, think about it, like when you are in a hospital and there are all those bright lights, and
Mm-hmm.
even at night they are on, and when they put them down, they turn off the lights, then all of a sudden you are like completely lost, like I don't even know if it's day or night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Yes.
it is like that. Just start to lower your lights and pay attention on it in your home.
Yes. Also, what you can do is put some candles on your house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
It
me
gives
too.
you some relaxed time and slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
it's also a good moment when you, for example, in the evening, if you light some candles, you can just put on some really light music
mm-hmm.
and just look at the light. The candlelight. Just
Mm-hmm.
keep focusing your eye on the candlelight, and it's like a meditation.
Hmm. Yes, yes, they give you a lot of relax.
Yeah, it helps to
That's
relax your
right.
mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just try to use some tips to have a good sleep, because it is very, very important for the brain.
Yeah. Also, you mentioned that it's important because the brain detoxifies itself during the night, but it's also that your your deep learning happens when you can be in that deep sleeping mode, your sleeping state. And that's something funny that happened to me, that when I became a mom, with especially with my first kid, it was that in the beginning, in the first couple of years, I couldn't learn anything new because my brain wouldn't retain it. And it
It
was
was
because
collapse.
yeah, I was never in a deep sleeping state, because Lily would wake up during the night. I don't know, 10 was the minimum.
Yeah.
So I could never sleep. I could never rest, and my memory was failing. I couldn't learn new things. It was horrible.
Yes, it's a hard time when you have the baby and you keep waking up in the evening. It's
Yes.
the following day is you are so tired, and yes, and you forget a lot of things. You feel stressed, you are irritated.
Oh, yes.
There are so many things because it's just that you didn't sleep well.
Yeah, and it happens to people who don't even have babies.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when they have problems with insomnia. So it has a very profound impact on your life.
On you, yeah. Yeah, that's right. And other pillar that is very good, and also it will help you, probably will help you on sleeping. It will be using the meditation. And when we recommend to meditate, or just when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to sleep. You can use some guidance meditation. It's called like
Guided
that.
meditations, yeah.
Yeah. That probably will help you, to get relaxed and to get conscious of your body, of your mind, to be present. Because the meditation, it is not just of not thinking anything. It is just to feel yourself, to connect with yourself. And it is normal that when you start doing meditation, or when you keep doing meditation, you start thinking about things, just to get conscious that you're thinking, let them go, and connect again with yourself. And this, it will give you a lot of energy. It will give you a lot of, it will help you to concentrate more on your daily routines. It will give you more energy also. So they have a lot of benefits doing the meditation. There are a lot of kind of meditations. You can find yours.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same thing, that you don't have to think about meditation as sitting with straight back and chanting Oms. Meditation has so many different types. In previous episodes, we talked about moving meditation as well. You can find an exercise that is putting you in this meditative state. For me, it was, and it is still hot yoga, or my yoga practice. But it can be also just simply walking in the park can put me into a meditative state, because if I'm there on that activity, paying attention on what's happening, how I'm feeling, what I'm noticing, paying attention on the different senses, like what am I hearing, what colors am I seeing. This is also a meditative state. Or what I mentioned before, just lighting a candle and focusing on the candlelight. That can be also a meditation. Or getting a piece of paper and coloring a mandala. That can become your meditation as well. So just be creative about it and find that activity that works for you. Because I'm also, even though I'm a yoga teacher, I can't just sit down and chant Oms or just be in silence and meditate. That doesn't work for me. It's not working for everyone.
Yes, a very good tips you just mentioned, Eva. And just to finish this episode, we would like just to mention that reading and doing some exercise, just learning some language, reading, or doing some exercise, mental exercise. This is very good to keep training, keep learning things and have this constant movement. And
it helps to keep your brain agile and flexible, and helps with the brain plasticity, which is really important for the structure for your life. Actually, brain plasticity is crucial for how you perceive life, how you react to situations, and how you can adapt to new situations. So yeah, reading is really good, and I love reading myself.
Yes, yes. There are a lot of things that are amazing. Yes, to have some read and to learn. In case you don't like to read, you want to learn, you can use the audio
Hmm.
books. No,
Yeah, as well.
it will be
Yeah,
learning something, but instead of reading, is
of
somebody
reading.
reads for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I-
I personally like to read because I'm a visual person, and for example, if I read a fiction book, I can
Mhm.
imagine it so much better than if I listen to it. So I really need the reading part. But there are people who are perceiving better through hearing. So and for them, audiobooks works really well.
Yeah. And the last thing that we would like to mention, it would be a social life. This is very
Mm.
good. This is to have people that you can trust, or that you can share all your things, or uh, your life,
Mm.
to talk with. It is important when you are going through a special time of your life, just to share what are your emotions, what is happening to you, with a friend, with a family, to have some nice community, you know. And there is a book that is called The Blue Zone,
Mm.
um, that it is about a lot of countries, that there is a lot of people that have more than 100 years old. And one of the things that is common in all these countries is the community, the social life. It is very good, because when you need help, it is nice to receive it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
and
nice to
common. Yeah,
talk.
exactly. Communities is about sharing. It's about helping each other. It's it boosts your self-esteem. It boosts your feeling of belonging to someone. It is absolutely essential.
Mhm. So try to share with your family, with your friends, things,
Hmm.
that it will help a lot. Or um, try to be included in a community relation about something that you like, for example.
Yes. Yeah. True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and oftentimes you don't have to leave your house to be able to to be able to be part of a community. For example, during pandemic, I joined a couple of groups of mamas, Hungarian groups, with whom we were sharing the same interests. For example, one of the groups were parents who were using also washable diapers.
Mm-hmm.
So it is one topic around which we were created. So we could share stories about what was going on in our life. We were helping each other, like this and this happened. What should I do? Or give me some advice on some of the manufacturers and stuff like that. And you have the sense of belonging to someone. I can ask help. I can ask for help, or I can just ventilate. When you feel like you're just so full of stress and tension, you can just vent about it.
Yes, all right. It's a very good tip, Eva. And I think we went through all the pillars from today. We talk a little bit of everything, um, and I hope you obtain some good tips to include it in your daily routine.
Uh, I also hope that our listeners find this episode useful, and I think we would love to hear from our listeners, like what they think about this episode. If there was something new or something surprising, um, if so, please share it with us either in the comment section in Spotify or on our social media accounts that you can find in the show notes.
Yeah, that will be great to read you and to
Yes,
learn about
absolutely.
your habits.
Yes. And so we came to the end of another episode of Harmony with Vitality. We hope you have enjoyed exploring the 6 pillars of good mental health with us. On this journey, we have addressed the importance of exercise, a balanced diet, restful sleep, meditation, meaningful reading, and a fulfilling social life. Remember, dear listeners, that mental health is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of self-care and self-discovery. Everyone is unique, and in this diversity, you will find the bio-individuality that will guide you to the well-being you deserve. Maintaining a balance in these pillars not only improves mental agility, vitality, and energy, but it is also an act of self-love. In a fast-paced world, taking care of yourself becomes essential to withstand daily stresses. Take what you have learned today, identify which pillars you need to strengthen, and take small steps every day towards better mental health. Harmony and vitality are within reach with every choice you make. We appreciate your company in this episode. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments, and share with those who could benefit from these tips. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope to see you next week as well.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. If you have any question, topics you would like us to cover, or if you just want to share your own journey, feel free to connect with us on social media. We love hearing from our community. You can find all links in the show notes.
Remember, this podcast is all about embracing your uniqueness and making choices that align with your inner wisdom. Your journey to a healthier and happier life is yours to share.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you loved what you heard, leave us a review. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover the podcast.
As we sign off, always remember, life is an incredible journey and you hold the power to make it extraordinary. Tune in next time as we continue our quest for harmony and vitality.
Until then, take good care of yourself, honor your uniqueness, and stay in harmony with vitality.